Hello, Reese. Hello, Mackenzie. Hello, Mason. Hello, Maggie. It's time for Cooking with Grandpa, so let's get our aprons on. Today, we're going to do something Grandpa's never tried before, but I'm really looking forward to it. I've been studying on it for a while, and there's three things that I want to make today, and they all have to do with the use of what's called heavy whipping cream, which is basically cow's milk, but it goes through a process that makes it a little bit thicker and richer. That's maybe the best way to say it. When we first thing that we're going to be doing is that we're going to make butter. That's right. We're going to make butter. We're going to take this heavy whipping cream. Later, as we make it, we're going to add a little bit of this salt. That'll preserve that butter and to make it tasty and make it last a lot longer. And to do that, we're going to be using this mixer. This mixer is a lot of times Mom and Dad will have around the house for mixing and mixing cakes. Now, this is something that you can't do at yourself. You need Mom or Dad to do. You don't even have to ever try this, but I just thought maybe you'd like to learn. Here's the speeds and the on and off, and it's got different speeds, 1 through 10. So each time you turn this, it goes faster. So here it is on 1. Watch this spin. 2, 3, 4. Faster and faster and faster to slower and slower to off. That's going to be important because when we make our butter, we're going to actually be using a very slow speed and work our way up as the whipping cream starts to harden into butter. While we're making the butter, though, one of the things, the derivatives, a derivative means it's something that more or less comes from something, is buttermilk. So as we're making butter, there's going to be a liquid that's going to be left over. It isn't going to be hard like you have your regular butter. It's going to be a liquid, and that liquid is called buttermilk. And that buttermilk, I'm going to mix with a little bit of mayonnaise. Grandpa uses olive oil mayonnaise. Doesn't care for the regular oil mayonnaise. He's going to use a ranch salad dressing. And the buttermilk that we're going to make, we'll put it all into here as the recipe says, and we're going to have buttermilk dressing, buttermilk ranch dressing. Nanny and I love it on our salads, and so I'm going to make it and see just how well it goes. And the third thing we're going to make is we're going to make sour cream. Sure, all this stuff you can buy at the store, but I tell you the truth, this is going to be a lot fresher. It doesn't have any kind of preservatives or anything like that into it. It's kind of called clean food. And to make sour cream, we're going to use our whipping cream, and then we're going to use a little bit of Grandpa's homemade yogurt. If you remember, I made that. We're going to use a couple of tablespoons of vinegar, and we're going to mix that up, and we're going to make sour cream. So that's a bunch of things we're going to do today. All of them kind of are related because they're coming from dairy products. So we'll have butter, buttermilk, and sour cream. Hang on, it's going to be quite a ride. Okay, first off, we're going to start making the butter. I'm going to take this whipping cream. See how it comes out? It looks like a lot thicker. I'm just going to put this whole thing in this deep mixing bowl, Along with it, I'm going to have this spatula to help me along. But I'm going to go right to work. I'm going to put the mixer on just kind of a lowest speed. And I'm going to carefully and gently drop this into here. And see it wants to splash up? Well, that's because it does splash. But I'm going to be doing this for a few minutes. And so I'll get back to you as we move along. Okay, Grandpa's been doing this for about 3 minutes, and it's gotten to the point now that it's gotten a lot thicker from that thinner, runny whipping cream, milk, and it's gotten a lot thicker, and this is getting to the point that it's becoming whipped cream. Whipped cream, you know whipped cream. You're going to go ahead and put that on some strawberries or peaches, and that whipped cream. It tastes so good with it. But we're not to butter yet, so I gotta keep on working. Okay, so Grandpa went from that light, airy whipping cream, and now it's been about 6 minutes, and we've got another kind of cream called buttercream. See how thick this is? It's heavier. Look at that, it's really sticky. This is buttercream, and then what you can do with it is you can add sugars to it and flavorings like vanilla or chocolate, and you're making frosting for your cakes. But I don't want that. I want butter. I got to keep working. Okay, we mixed for 3 minutes. We got whipped cream. We whipped it for 3 more minutes. We got buttercream. We whipped it for about 3 more minutes, and we've got whipped butter. Do you know that when we go to Big Boys and you order pancakes, they give you a little container of butter? That's whipped butter. See the consistency? It's butter. You can see it starting to turn yellow. It's butter, but it hasn't been whipped all the way down to separate the buttermilk from the curds, which is butter. So I'm going to keep on going. Now, Grandpa's gotten to the point here where it's getting heavy for this machine on just one to do its work. So now I'm going to move up to a higher speed so it's got more strength, because this is getting thicker and thicker and thicker. Let me taste that. Oh my gosh, that's so good. All right, I'm not going to double dip. I'll go wash this off. I'm going to do some more mixing, and I'll get back to you. Okay. All right, Grandpa's back. Not going to lie to you, the first 9 minutes went pretty fast, but this last part, I'm talking about 5 minutes, it takes some time to do this. It's going to be worth it, of course, and it's a job that is worth doing and spending my time on, just because I know how good and fresh it's going to be. I can only think about in the old days when they used to do this with hand, with what was called a butter churn. They had a big bucket that had a stick that they would plunge up and down into the bucket and spin and slowly turn this into butter. But right now you can see inside here, these looks like crumbles now, doesn't it? That's whey. The liquid, which we're starting to see now, you can see that liquid, is buttermilk. Now I'm going to still go at it a little bit longer, get a little bit more curds going, get a little bit more of that to harden, so that this buttermilk will come out of there easier. And then I'll pour that in another container. We'll make the ranch dressing. Okay, so once this started happening, it goes. It really is happening. I'm going to take this cup over here. I'm just going to clean down these sides a little bit. I'm going to use my spatula. It's a great tool to use. I don't know if you're going to be able to see me do all what I'm about to do. Yeah, here. See that liquid? That's whey, or in this case, buttermilk. Buttermilk. I'm not going to have any curds fall in there, which wouldn't be a bad thing. It's just that to have it really a creamy buttermilk, yeah, I don't want so many wheys in there. But you can see, look at how, whoop, that didn't go so good, did it? Look at how it's starting to come together. Yeah, once this starts to go, it is ready to go. But yeah, for a few minutes there, I felt like I was the only man left on earth. So now I'm going to pour some more of this out. Let's see if I can get you to see that. Yep, we're going to pour that out right into there. Yeah, some curds got in there. That's okay. That's all part of the rich taste of buttermilk and then buttermilk pancakes. Wow, look at that. We're starting to get there. We're not done yet. We're going to make it even better. We're going to start adding some salt. I'll get back. Okay, I did it for just another half a minute. You can see it's already gotten really hard. Here's my buttermilk. Now I'm going to add about that much salt to it. I'm going to mix that salt in. It's going to still break up the curds from the buttermilk. I'll get a little bit more of that. That'll be fine that there's salt in the buttermilk. It isn't going to hurt it. This salt is going to help preserve the butter, meaning that the butter can stay longer in the refrigerator, so we can get two. Yeah, well, it's only going to take about 2 weeks to eat all this because it's going to be so good anyways. It might last for 3 before it starts to go bad. But this is going to be homemade. The more of the buttermilk I get out of it, the longer it will last in the refrigerator. Okay, I got work to do. Okay, we've got out all the buttermilk, pressed it out of there. Look at this creamy, rich butter right there. I've added the salt to it. It's on my paddles. And I didn't tell you that's the paddles of the. When I was a little boy with my grandmother, when she would cook and bake with me, we'd make cookies and bread and so many other things. The biggest thing in my life is that she would give me the paddles after we were done mixing, and then I could take these paddles and I could lick off all the good stuff that we had made. I'm gonna try it. Oh my goodness! Oh my gosh! Oh my God. Oh my God, that's delicious. I am going to be a few minutes because I'm going to lick off all these paddles. All right, well, Nanny just flew in and tasted it. She said it's fantastic and delicious. I've been licking the paddles clean of this butter because it's so good, but I got to keep working. Nanny's going to come back by in a minute and say hi to you, but I'm going to take this butter. Let's see if I can get it. Oh, look at that. Oh, it's fantastic. I'm going to put it in this this butter dish. This is an old-fashioned butter dish. I'm going to press it down in there. And then, see that? It says butter. And it is real butter. I'm going to put that in there. I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and go ahead and it'll make it a little bit harder as it gets colder. And we've got butter. When I come back, buttermilk ranch dressing.